Welcome back. Today we are going to see if we can make our patina shine by making our own patina juice to put on this 1951 Bedford. And then we're going to see if we can make some hubcaps out of some stainless steel mixing bowls. Stick around and see if we pull it off. So, if you followed this build, then you'd know that it was a budget build. We built this for $4,950 and the budget was $5,000 and we pulled it off. It's a 1951 Bedford that we found in a paddock, been sitting there for 30 years. So the theme of the build is saving money. So what we are going to do is we're going to make and mix up our own patina juice. But where everyone goes and buys boiled linseed oil, well, that's $70 for 4 litres. And if we're following the budget build, we don't want to do that. So I've got some different types of oils, some wood oils, some Scandinavian oil and some Danish wood oil, which from what I can see will do a very similar job. And we're going to use that and some other ingredients, and we're going to mix up our own little juice to do this, following the theme for nothing. So here's the kicker, shall we say. We have 3 different Danish oils. One of them is cherry. There's a bit of cherry in it. One has a bit of red oak in it, I think it is. And the other Scandinavian is natural. So we're going to do a little bit of a mix of that, which should put a little bit of more red in it maybe. I don't know. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. Then we're going to mix it with some mineral terps. We're going to put some inox in it and a few little secret herbs and spices. And we're going to try to make our own little juice and see what it does. And hopefully we're going to put it on there. It's going to shine. It's going to shine like there's no tomorrow. And hopefully it satins off and is not sticky. That's the plan. And then we're going to take these and we're going to put some hubcaps on them out of mixing bowls. That's right. So that's going to be our first two things we're going to do in this episode. In there, we got some different parts, but in there we've got some mixing bowls. So we're going to do them and put mixing bowls on this beast as hubcaps, and that will cost us probably about $8, $2 a bowl. So that's what we're going to try to achieve. Stick around, see if we pull any of it off, or if it all just goes pear-shaped. Okay, so something you've got to hate is when you're halfway through explaining how we're mixing up our patina sauce and then you hear the camera beep because it hasn't recorded. Anyway, what we did was we put this Danish oil, cherry, we'll put a bit more in just so you can see. Not a bad colour one, yeah? Just looks just like boiled linseed. Then what we did is we put a little bit of this one, which is red mahogany. We only put a little bit of a dash of that in because that actually had a bit of a red tinge about it. Now we're going to put some Scandinavian natural, which is a bit clearer. So we're going to do that. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. That much of that. Now, what I was saying was, before everyone's going, this ain't working, you're an idiot, which is probably what you're all screaming into the TV right now. Danish oil and Scandinavian oil, of course, is used for wood. So is boiled linseed oil. Now, from what I've researched, these should actually work better. Why, do you say? Why? Because these have polyurethanes, etc. in them, which should, theoretically, they should dry quicker, which is what they say. Danish oil will dry quicker than boiled linseed oil because of the fact that it has the polyurethanes, etc. in it. So it will dry quicker and it will should dry harder finish, yeah? Then the Scandinavian oil actually has a bit more generally in it than the Danish oil. So the logic is this should theoretically dry quicker than the boiled linseed oil, right? And with all the polyurethanes, etc. that have been added into this oil, because this basically is boiled linseed tongue oil with additives. That's what Danish oil basically is, okay? Same with Scandinavian oil. It's basically what it is those oils with some polyurethane added. So the Scandinavian oil theoretically is meant to have a higher gloss, okay? Now as you can see here, this is what it says for wood. I don't know if you're getting the light there, but will not crack, chip or peel, seals and protects. Okay, so my logic is with this, it will dry even quicker, and the Scandinavian spit it out oil should be a bit higher gloss, which is what I actually want on this. I actually like it when this thing is shining up a little bit today. Now, the next step is I have some, now I don't know if we're meant to use methylated spirits or mineral turpentine. So we're going to just do, we've got here some surface cleaner, which is basically 90% mineral turpentine. Turpentine? Yeah, mineral terps, that's 90%, and then this is methylated spirits. We're just going to throw a bit of that in too. Don't know, I'm just making a concoction, guys, that's what I'm doing. Then I don't know if it liked that one. Ooh, don't think it liked that one. Anyway, now we're going to put some inox in. Dash of that. Then we're going to stir it up. It was going pretty good until I put that Mecco in it. There's our concoction that we've come up with. So, woo, pretty close. We'll go get a clean rag and we'll see. Alright, well, I actually added a bit more Danish oil, a bit more inox, and here we go. This is us. I think it's working a treat. Smear it on. Don't want to put it on too thick because otherwise it can get gummy. Better off to give it another coat tomorrow. Just rub that on. And that, there, hey? I don't know if you can see that difference, but hey, that looks pretty good. So we'll do a bit on this door here, hey? We'll do some on this door. If you can see, we can get a before and after. Dab a little bit more. So all we do is dab a bit on our rag. Wipe it off a bit. Should be showing you what I'm doing. Wipe it off a bit. Come over here. Hey, you seen that? See? Right. Oh, beautiful. See, so our little bit of different colour hasn't done nothing. I knew it wouldn't. That's looking pretty nice, guys. That looks pretty damn nice. Okay. I think that's the result we want. That's what I want it to look like, nice and shiny. So we'll just come along here. We'll see. Now, of course, this is going to dull off. It's not going to stay this shiny. For anyone that's carrying on like pork chops. It's not going to stay this shiny, guys. It is going to matte off, and it's going to matte off extreme. Now, this isn't going to stay on here forever either. If we don't like it, doesn't matter. A few months, it'll worn off. You'll have to do this every. You can do this as often as you want. You do it once a week if you wanted, but hey, what do we think? Done? Not done. I like it. I like it. Alright, so I'm going to sit you back up here on time lapse, and I'm going to do one half of it, and then we'll compare. Rightio, there we go. There is half of it. This stuff is drying quick. So I think I'm onto something here, guys. It is drying. I've actually wiped that piece there about 4 or 5 times, but it is just drying really quick. So I actually think this is going to be a few coat process. That's what I'm thinking. So like tomorrow we'll come out and we'll do it again tomorrow morning, but I don't know how well it is coming up on the camera, but you can see, you should be able to see the difference when we come back here at the back. You should be able to see that. Dull, flat and boring, and it's got a little bit of a shimmer and a pop, but it hasn't done like what we did to the little Hillman. It's not cleared or that glossy, it's just got this nice, and it looks, honestly, the more the patina, the more it's rusty and patinaed up, the better it turns out. So if we open the doors and have a look in here, the door jambs, like how, I don't know, that just looks absolutely beautiful across the dash. If you're new to this build and haven't seen this build, well, we'll do some proper looking around tomorrow. Now, I haven't finished in here. I haven't done the center console because tomorrow I'm going to mount those 2 gauges properly. So we'll do that then. And we're going to get all these parts that I've got, which will be in another episode, out. And then we'll go and we'll do all in the floor. We'll do all in there. But yeah, we've just done the top of the dash. We've done around the window frame. It looks so nice in the flesh. It looks absolutely stunning. So how long is this going to last? We don't know. At the moment, it's still very, very oily. I'm not touching it, but up here, it's already started to go. So I think tomorrow this will be dry perfectly. So I think it's working. Trust me, I really think it's working because of the way it's drying up already. You can see there's a little, you know, but that's only like 10 minutes ago I did that. So I really think it's working. So, before and after. Well, that's before. That's after. Okay? And you're on the getting the dull side here. The good side is actually in the dark, with no light on it. So yes, I'm pretty happy so far. So I'll continue going. We'll get this side done. Now this door's going to pop because this side is better patinaed, always has been from day one. So this side is going to pop, and even on the roof, this side's got some really nice patina on this patina side. So this side is just going to pop. So that's the plan. We'll continue. We'll do this second side, and that's our juice. We're going to hardly use any. Cost us nothing. Fingers crossed it works. We'll see how we go. We'll see how much shine it leaves on there tomorrow. But I think it's going to work. You should be able to see that, guys. You should be able to see that. That's got it's a badass looking thing. And then we're going to do our hubcaps. We'll do that tomorrow. So, stop talking. Do some more work. there we go. Check it out. I think it looks beautiful. Oh yeah. Oh, I think that looks really, seriously, I think that looks really nice. So that's one coat of our patina blend mix. Now it's still oily to the touch at the moment, but we'll see what it does, see what it's like tomorrow. I did the one rear guard there for see what it looked like. I actually think I might go over a bit of the wood too to get the shine back up on the wood, because it's just basically for the last, I don't know, 3 or so months it's just been sitting up under the carport out in the weather basically. So all the wood could have a coat of oil put on it. I think we just put our number plates on. Betty 51 Copperhead Kustoms. Oh yeah, so we've got our personalised number plates. We've got them in orange because it is kind of orange, so it's not quite the right orange, but I think it looks good. So yeah, now it may look a bit funny because I am on zoom out lens, which is a bit I don't know that word, the lens that does that. So sometimes the shape of the car can patina juice. We won't know till tomorrow, but at this stage our little patina juice mixture is beautiful. Okay, tomorrow we'll come out and see how much it's dried. These things do take a while to dry, so we'll see what happens. Now the other thing I'll do, there's our 3 rags that we used. I'm going to light them up because apparently, apparently they can self-combust. Yes, so if you do this sort of stuff, just be careful that those rags can just go boof and catch fire in the middle of the night, for argument's sake. So we're going to go throw a lighter on them and burn them up, and yeah, we will re-adjourn in the morning where we will take the wheels off and let's make some hubcaps for $8 out of stainless steel bowls. Now if you're wondering what the bloody hell I'm talking about, here's some bowls I went and bought from the shop. 2 different sizes, stainless steel mixing bowls like you'd have a salad or in a restaurant. Made in India. They were cheap as. Now we've got the big ones. Yeah, this is what I'm going to do. The big ones are going to go in here like that. Boom. This is what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I think we're going to put the big ones back there. What do we think of that? And they're probably all turning off now going, this dude is a freaking idiot. But this is where my head's at. And we'll put the little ones, sorry about that dodgy bit of camera work, on the front like that. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking about doing. As you can see, they lit up pretty easy. And they've been burning for a bit, so make sure you do that, guys. Your rags, when you do this patina oil stuff, that you set those rags on fire, because they can self-combust, alright? Anyway. Happy patinaing. So this is what we're going to do. We've got our, this is actually just a little cheap little sewing tape. Go steal off your wife, alright? But it's flexible, so it's good for going around circles, yeah? So what we've done is we've measured around, just around in this edge, just roughly, and it's measures to be 750, right? So like a diameter would be 750. So we've divided that up, which is 250 segments, yeah? So that little line there to that little line there is 250 mil, and so on and so forth. Now we're going to stick this in here, and we're just going to see how that would line up with our little slots, and it does. If you can see, look, we're centered on that little slot. Down here we're centered on that slot, and over there we're centered on that slot. So running those centers will work. So what we will do now is we'll go and center punch our little lid, and we'll drill our 3 holes in our little lid. Okay, then what we'll do is we'll bring that back over, we'll put it on here, we'll make sure that we're centered, and we'll center it. We'll then mark our holes onto our rim. We'll then go and center punch them, and hopefully they're sitting about on the top here from the looks of it, on these top little mounts here. Yes, so we're going to drill and tap our rim, then we're going to get these little Allen heads and we're going to screw them in. So that's my plan. So let's get this first rim done. Hopefully we don't break the tap, because I'm pretty heavy handed, so we've got to just be very gentle with that. We'll use a bit of inox, which is we'll use as our lubricant cutting compound for our tap, and we'll just go back forward, back forward, back forward, and we'll get these done. We'll get this one. So I've worked out, I think we're going to put the big saucepan, what do you call it, salad bowl, big salad bowl on the rears. I think they look good on there. Yeah, we'll get rid of the stickers, of course, as opposed to the little ones. I don't think, now the little ones don't fit as good, but I don't think they looked as good. And then on the front, we'll have another look at the front when we get it off, but I'm thinking the little ones on the front wheels. What we've done. Now, you're all wondering, what's my patina turned out like? Well, have a look. It's beautiful. It's still drying. It's pretty dry. It's close. It's still a little tiny bit there still. Hasn't been out in the sun or anything, but it is definitely drying up nicely. So I don't know how long the linseed oils take to go off, but it's definitely working. I definitely think it's going to be good, and it looks damn good, I'm telling you. So I think it's a success. Yeah, I reckon we put it out in the sun later and it will work. So actually the rear guard there I touched and it was pretty well gone off. So it's drier in some parts than others. Probably where I put it on maybe a touch thick, but I definitely think it's going to work. So yeah, our little patina sauce that we've come up with and our harebrained ideas have worked once again. So anyway, we will do these hubcaps. Alrighty, there it is. The our patina juice is 90% there. Some parts are completely dry, some parts are still a little bit, just a tiny bit, but it is drying off beautifully, so it is going to work. It looks magnificent, I think. It's got the right amount of shine, shimmer, it's just all, it's popping now. And what do we think? Our little hubcaps. We ended up going for the big ones front and back. Our salad bowl hubcaps. What do we think of that? Around here. Yeah, that's them there. I went for the big ones because I like the little gap. Little tiny gap around the wheels. I thought that looked cool. And here's our sauce. Look at that, beautiful. Turned out absolutely beautiful. You might get jerky here. I'm just moving my little tripod-y thing. We did the other guard. There's the back one. Whoosh. Hey, I reckon, I don't know. You're gonna love them or you're gonna freaking hate them. Different look. Got our number plates on. We put the two beautiful day out here today. We put the gauges in. Now the two gauges, oil and water gauge. And there's a bad little view of our sauce, and it is setting, so it's going to work. Woohoo! So now we'll have a look over here at our hubcaps. See if I can step back without falling off the cliff. The overall slightly changed the look of the car. Don't know, we may even change the go to a black or a red rim. We could, you know, whatever. Doesn't really matter. It's just different looks. Cost nothing. So if you're following what we did, we just drilled 3 holes, tapped them, 3 little Allen key bolts, and yeah, so all up probably $10 for our hubcaps. So I think that's us today. If it's your first time seeing the Bedford, there's a whole build from start to finish, from cab in the paddock to what you're seeing. It was a budget build for under $5 was the target. We pulled it off with $50 to spare. Actually thought I had a bit more, but yeah. And as you can see, it drives. I've been doing little whooshes. We've got a couple of little things to finish it off, 100%, which we will start doing occasionally. So with that being said, I want to thank you for watching, and hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time I'm looking at you. Reaper. One thing I forgot to mention was that patina juice that I made. Well, I've never seen anyone do it that way. So that all come out of here, right? But those hubcaps I can't take credit for. I pinched that idea off of rat rods from Africa, Diff. So Diff, shout out to you if you're watching. I told him I was going to pinch this idea because I liked it, and so credit goes to him for the salad bowl hubcaps. Anyway, see you in the next one.